Now let's talk about every tech geek's favorite topic. Now first off, I've got to tell you that I'm going to exclude from this list the OnePlus 5T and the Razer phone. Why? Because I just talked about them over the past few days. Go back in the channel and check that out. But let's first talk about the spectastic HTC U11 Plus. The HTC U11 Plus will be the even higher end version of the HTC U11 that launched a few months ago. Nearly everything about this phone is impressive in terms of specs. The U11 Plus will have a bigger 6-inch display than the U11, with a 2880 by 1440 resolution. It will also have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor with 4 or 6 gigabytes of RAM, depending on the market, 64 or 128 gigabytes of onboard storage, again depending on the market, and a big 3930 milliamp hour battery. The camera on the U11 Plus is the same as the one found on the U11, with a 12 megapixel Ultra Pixel 3 sensor on the back, and on the front, an 8 megapixel sensor. The phone does lack a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but does have an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance. The U11 Plus has the Edge Sense squeezable body found in the U11, with the addition of the Edge Launcher, which allows you to access favorite apps, contacts, and quick settings by squeezing the phone's frame. Finally, the phone will come with the option of a translucent color in the back, which will let you see through the Gorilla Glass back of the phone. This option will let you check out the internal hardware of the U11 Plus. Now I know you're going to ask me about availability. It is expected to be launched before the end of the year. Next up, let's talk about the odd sort of, 1980s design inspired device that is the Red Hydrogen One. As powerful as our smartphones are and as great looking as they are getting with near bezel-less designs and metal glass and ceramic constructions, there isn't much of a wow factor anymore, particularly for those of us who live in the West. Red, a famous cinematography company that you've definitely heard of if you have any interest in filming, is hoping to change all that with their first smartphone offering, the Hydrogen One. Now we don't know a whole lot about this device, except for the fact that the prototype looks really good. The phone will be modular and is expected to be released early next year. However, given Red's area of expertise, we can definitely expect this upcoming Android phone to feature an excellent camera. Even more exciting is that this phone will feature a holographic display. Even if we don't know what that will entail exactly, this member of the upcoming Android phone list is one to watch out for. I'm looking forward to it, either to enjoy it and this amazing innovative thing, or just to make fun of it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. So, do you think it's too early to talk about the Samsung Galaxy S9? Nope. If the latest rumors to be believed, Samsung plans to launch the next generation version of the Galaxy S series in February, following an announcement in January. Some rumors about the phone include one that claims it will have a camera that can record video at 1,000 frames per second. There are also reports that Samsung will launch a phone with a folding display alongside the S9. None of this is confirmed yet, but it certainly puts both devices on our upcoming Android phone wish list. Now, the release date or announcement of the S9 is pretty believable since they've done it around the same time each year. But I am really hoping that this isn't a spec bump year for Samsung. I expect that it will, since the recent S8 has had a major design. They usually don't change the design for about 2 years at a time. What are you hoping? What are you expecting? Will they really launch a foldable display alongside the S9? I think that has some reasonable credibility. Why? Well, if you're going to launch something like that, you want to piggyback that off the biggest device release of the year when it comes to Android devices. That is the S9. There's nothing really going to be bigger. That's the biggest Android flagship out there. They would be smart to piggyback like that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below or on Twitterverse. Well, as someone who runs an online business, I can tell you that I look for tools that make my life easier. And our sponsor, FreshBooks, not only makes this show possible, but they make online payments and accounting much less painful. And how do they do that exactly? Well, you can send clean and professional looking invoices in about 30 seconds. And in about 2 seconds, you can set yourself up to receive online payments. And you don't have to manually input your receipts. You can take pictures of your receipts with your phone using FreshBooks' mobile apps. And for a 30-day unrestricted trial, you can go to freshbooks.com/Android, and in the section where it says how you've heard about us, fill in Android Authority.